Initiating Characterpedia sequence. Broken Tusk.
Yautja leader Yindi, whose name means Brave One, was referred to as Tashindi, meaning different knife by his own kind, and Broken Tusk by the humans in reference to his damaged left tusk. Tashindi rose to his high-ranking position due to his legendary exploits. Some of his early achievements included being the first Yautja to face a xenomorph in unarmed combat and survive.
Origin and history.
Tashindi was the son and grandson of a clan of ship leaders and warrior trainers. He himself has sired over 73 suckers to bolster his bloodline. Tashindi and his half-brother from the same father Nihamande partook in an initiation hunt together as unblooded warriors. However, where Nihamande died at the talons of a xenomorph, Tashindi had slain too and rose to the rank of blooded warrior. Tashindi would soon rise to the rank of clan leader and led several young unblooded Yautja to Ryushi for their first hunt. However, this mission went awry when Tashindi was hurt in an accident and the hunting party were left leaderless and unsupervised. Forced to face the xenomorph outbreak and the humans from the Prosperity Wells colony alone, the entire hunting party were killed. As a result, a badly wounded Tashindi was forced to team up with the humans and colonist Michiko Noguchi in order to stop the xenomorph outbreak. Ultimately, despite his best efforts, Tashindi did not survive the ordeal and succumbed to the injuries he received from the xenomorph queen. Before he died, however, he marked Noguchi as a blooded warrior, giving her his clan symbol.
Physical appearance.
Tashindi's most defining physical feature is his broken lower left tusk, which he received whilst fighting a xenomorph. This disfigurement inspired his name's different knife and broken tusk. He has refrained from repairing it in order to remind others that he was the only Yautja to have survived a fight with a xenomorph in unarmed combat. Tashindi wears extensive green armour and a bronze biomask. His lightning bolt symbol is emblazoned on the forehead of both his biomask and the xenomorph chestplate.
Personality traits.
As a youngster, Tashindi was pugnacious and temperamental, fighting with other young males who looked at him in a challenging manner or held eye contact for too long. However, as he grew older, Broken Tusk adopted a strict honor code, living by the philosophy that there was no point in taking a fight that you knew you would win. Doubt was necessary, otherwise it was merely exercise. This honourable nature even saw him slay a youngblood member of his own kind when he found out that he had killed humans, which was strictly forbidden during the hunt on Ryushi. Aside from his honour, Tashindi displayed advanced intelligence and communication skills during the events of Prey. He mimicked voices at appropriate moments to communicate with his human comrades. For instance, he told Canover, "I can make it quicker, easier for you," when he realised that he had a chestburster inside him. Finally, Tashindi was a compassionate Yautja, carrying the corpse of Dr. Revner away from the flames of their helicopter crash. This act of kindness was in recognition of Dr. Revner tending to his injuries earlier on.
Powers and abilities.
Tashindi is a master combatant. His fighting ability is legendary, as witnessed by Michiko Noguchi. Further to this, Tashindi battled numerous xenomorphs single-handedly. In his earlier exploits, he even killed one with his bare hands. In total, it is believed that Tashindi has killed over 60 xenomorphs, as well as at least one queen. Tashindi has exhibited similar acumen when fighting his own kind. This was elucidated when he killed the rogue Tashindi by stabbing him through the cranium with a ceremonial dagger. As a highly adept hunter, Tashindi would often limit himself to a spear or wrist blades when hunting xenomorphs. This deliberate handicap served the purpose of making the hunt more interesting. Tashindi was also incredibly durable, persevering through a concussion, 4 cracked ribs, and extensive contusions during the xenomorph outbreak on Ryushi. Finally, Tashindi was a natural leader from a bloodline of leaders. He had led many youngbloods into initiation hunts, including his final mission to Ryushi.
Weapons and equipment.
Tashindi's most notable equipment included biomask, plasma firearm or burner, wrist blades, separable glaive, a heavy suit of armour including the xenomorph skull chestplate, finger gauntlets, and segmented backplating. His hard meat armour is fashioned from the acid-proof exoskeleton of a xenomorph drone. Though highly resistant, it offers little protection against a xenomorph queen. Despite using traditional Yautja weaponry, Dashande did not utilize the typical shoulder-mounted plasma caster, preferring a handheld plasma firearm instead. This, however, is a formidable weapon capable of tearing a xenomorph apart in a single shot. On the downside, however, it does require reloading through a breech-loading mechanism, much like on a double-barreled shotgun. This disadvantage also made the hunt more challenging for Dashande, and is perhaps why he did not equip himself with a more traditional plasma caster. Dashande's combi-stick or glaive could also separate into two weapons via a locking mechanism in the middle of the shaft. This was useful when fighting multiple antagonists in close quarters combat.
Weaknesses.
Despite having few weaknesses, Dashande was outsmarted by the Xenomorph Queen, which led to his demise. This was when he used his final plasma shot on a warrior, thinking it was the Queen. As he celebrated prematurely, the Queen attacked him with her tail, causing him fatal injuries.
Allies.
Michiko Noguchi. Dashande formed a strong bond with Michiko Noguchi, an administrator in charge of the Prosperity Wells colony on Ryushi. During the Xenomorph outbreak, the two of them worked together to defeat the Xenomorphs, and at the end of the ordeal, Dashande revealed that Noguchi was the greatest student he had the honor of training, Dr. Miriam Revna. Dashande showed a great deal of respect towards Dr. Miriam Revna, who helped tend to his wounds. These wounds were caused by her husband Kezar, who crashed into Dashande at the Yautja vessel after panicking upon seeing them. Miriam was later killed in a helicopter crash caused by a Xenomorph warrior whilst trying to flee the settlement.
Enemies.
Tashindi. Dashande came into conflicts with his disobedient and aggressive student Tashindi on several occasions during the events of Prey. Ultimately, their conflict ended with Dashande killing the young Yautja.
Significant moments.
Killing a Xenomorph. Dashande was one of few predators to have killed a Xenomorph in unarmed combat. Killing Tashindi. After Dr. Revna crashed into their craft, Skempti and Waka were killed and Dashande was left unconscious. As a result, Tashindi took command and led the remaining 9 students on a revenge mission against the humans on Ryushi. However, because Dashande was nursed to health by the humans, he protected them from Tashindi's wrath and became enraged upon seeing Tashindi's human trophies. As a result, Dashande was left with no choice but to kill this predator, honouring Noguchi prior to his death. Despite surviving the mission, Dashande succumbed to the wounds he received fighting a queen at the colony. Before his death, Dashande made sure to honour Noguchi by giving her his mark and naming her Datsudi, meaning small knife. Dashande died immediately after meeting the Black Warrior, or the Yautja's version of the Grim Reaper. Like any proud Yautja warrior, Dashande would use his last breath to laugh in the face of death. His student Michiko would honour his memory and methods by going on to join the predator named Topknot.
This file terminates here. End sequence.